If you're gonna have a birthday party, do not joke around or mess with the Ouija board. Bad things can happen. But you know what? Don't panic. It's Michael's 17th birthday and his friends have decided to surprise him with the ultimate birthday bash, breaking into his house and playing with the Ouija board. But what they think is just a harmless bit of fun quickly turns into a supernatural terror when they unwittingly summon a demonic presence named Virgil, who proceeds to possess someone close to Michael, forcing them to savagely kill anyone and everyone Michael cares about. All the while, Michael begins to have terrifying dreams, which he slowly begins to realize might be visions of the carnage that only he can stop. This is a tribute to the Nightmare on Elm Street films with Freddy Krueger. Director Ruben Galindo Jr., who is considered a Mexican horror master. I hadn't heard of him, and I gotta say, I gotta go back and watch some of his stuff. What he does here, the restraint that he shows in the storytelling, there's a lot of setup and tense moments here. And coming from Vinegar Syndrome, who put this out, they put out a lot of stuff that is just, cheesy or fun and, not high art. What they put out with Don't Panic is just, it's really well done horror movie. I mean, the restraint here that the director shows, setting up the birthday, setting up the characters. I mean, you expect there to be some rough patches here, and that it doesn't. You really become invested into Michael's journey. Michael, he's really into this woman. The 17th birthday, he's got his friends. His dad doesn't show up. Dad stands him up at his own birthday. His mom is an alcoholic. He doesn't have a great home life. He really relies on his friends. But they make the mistake. They mess with the Ouija board. And once the Ouija board is messed with, things start to go down. But what the director does, he doesn't give in and go full schlock. He really takes his time and paces out the scares. And that's not to say there's not issues. I mean, the cast is supposed to be 17, 18. They look about 30. If you can get past what they look like, you really buy into some things. And there's there's 80s cheese in here. There's a corny montage of Michael skipping school with the girl, and they hang out. Next day at school, he goes to give her a rose, but she's with another guy. Classic, teen romance type stuff. So all of that is set up. And then Michael begins having these visions. But again, it all doesn't happen at once. Michael has these visions of his friends dying. The way they die is horrific. His eyes turn red when this happens. There's blood coming out of the ceiling, and Virgil's hands reaching out, and Virgil's face comes out of a TV. All practical effects that are really done well. So what happens when Michael is caught having a vision and trying to explain the vision? His mom thinks he's nuts. Everybody thinks he's crazy for saying all this stuff. So one of his friends witnesses Michael's vision and sees that what's really happening, that it's all real. And so Michael has to figure out a way to save everyone and himself. There's a twist in there where it's revealed that a certain character that is close to Michael has been taken over by this Virgil character, who is the demon or the Freddy in this story. This movie is full of great practical effects, great horror, great storytelling, great visuals. Music's okay. Music's fine for the, it's an 80s film. It's 40 some years ago. Very low budget. Don't Panic is a very well done B movie. Highly recommend it. This is a newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm negative, so the picture quality is very good. There's a lot of debris still. There's a lot of, the print must have been kind of rough, and what Vinegar Syndrome has done is probably the best we're going to get. Now, they could release a 4K. That could happen. Depends how popular this movie is selling. It includes both the original English and dubbed Spanish track soundtracks. That's cool. Possessed by Horror, an interview with director Ruben Galindo Jr., commentary track by Ruben Galindo Jr., commentary track with Hysteria continues, an alternate Spanish title, reversible cover art. So yeah, let's check out the packaging. Here's the reverse side. Pretty cool. I definitely recommend this one, especially during the horror season. Give Don't Panic a look, and if you've seen it, let me know what you thought. This has been Return of the Disc. I'm Dan. For more Return of the Disc, visit returnofthedisc.com. Check out the audio version of today's show, available on all major podcast platforms. And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel.